Howdy, Redesert Boy here. Hey, 2 days ago I went to the range and I took 3 guns with me. I was focusing in on primarily looking at this Model 15 here, which we can see is unloaded. It's a 4-inch, because I'm actually thinking about making this a carry gun. Since I'm kind of a larger fellow, but I just like the way this gun shoots and the accuracy. Now, it's probably from, as near as I can tell, maybe late 50s. And it's, I bought it used. You know, it's got decent lockup. It's okay. It's very accurate, very reliable, and I really like it, whether I'm shooting it, you know, single-handedly or double-handed. I took it to the range, and the range was 25 yards, and shot some targets, shot a couple silhouette types. And I also took my 637, which is one of my most frequent carry guns lately. They're both Smith and Wessons, and that's got an enhanced action and trigger on it. It's a performance center of sorts, and I shot them at 25 yards. Now, 25 yards with a little bit of wind is not optimal for a snub nose, so you'll see some of the results. And so I actually went back yesterday and Thursday at the time this video is made, and just kind of shot that again with some steel, with some steel targets that you can reset manually, just to confirm and double check my accuracy with my loads. And everything's fine, you know, being more in the 10 to 15 yard range at maximum, you know, more like the 10-yard range. So I feel good about that, but I just felt like I needed to do that. And then, of course, I took this one back and I did that. And I was also checking out different type of self-defense ammo. Usually I have something like either some Spear Gold Dot, which is around some some Winchester silver tip with 110 grain, or usually for both of these I'm using the 110 grain 38 special. For the K-frame one I use just the 38 special. For the other one I use 38 special plus P, the critical defense FTX bullets. So anyway, I think I might like another Hornady. It's 125 grain XTP, which I decided seems to, I think, because this gun here, think about it, when this gun was designed, people were shooting 158 grain lead round nose, you know, and semi-wad cutters, you know, fairly robust sized cartridges. And it seems to like things that are more than 110, more like the 125 grain. So I'm probably going to think about using that for this one. This one here is a later design gun, of course, fairly new. And 110 grain is fine for it with the plus P. So just a few things to talk about. I did go back and kind of confirm the accuracy. Now I also took, and we'll go ahead and check that this guy's unloaded too. This is a 45 Colt made by Uberti that has a Taylor's & Company version. And I shot just some regular old HSM, you know, 250 grain, round nose, flat point. And, you know, at 25 yards, I would expect to hit the target. But for some reason, I haven't shot that gun that much at distance. And I'm just going to have to get me some target stands and go to the shooting bays and just get a better feel for the accuracy of how the fixed sights are shooting on there, and start out at, you know, maybe 5 yards, you know, 5 to 10 yards, and then work it out from there so I can understand how that gun is shooting. I think I hit the target a couple of times, but, you know, 25 yards with 45 Colt, you would expect to be hitting the target. And I just must have been way off. And it didn't matter whether I was standing or whether I was doing the bench rest, you know. And I think that part kind of got me, because I was like, surely, you know, the bench rest should be better, but I wasn't even hitting anything, it looked like. I think it's shooting low, But then I took it also to the steel, and basically around 10 to 15 yards, and it's fine, right? It's just those rounds are not the most powerful rounds. I don't know what the velocity is on there, if they've got them on there, 860 feet per second. It's not too bad, but it's, it's not a huge amount, but it's, it should be sufficient to knock the steel down. A couple of times I hit the steel and it didn't knock it down. So, but the accuracy is there in the shorter ranges. I just had to kind of go back and confirm it. Sometimes you just find out, you go to the range and you go, wow, I expected it to be better than this. So, this gun, I really love this gun. It's just the balance of it, the 4-inch. Somebody had put this, I think these are actually Pachmayr grips that are on here. Yep, Pachmayr grips. And they're nice, and it's a nice big, I don't usually like the big square butts, but this one I really do. I'm actually ordering a Zula holster cross straw carry for this, and we'll see how that looks when it comes in. Just really enjoy it. It's a very accurate gun. This one, of course, is very light. I think it's 13.6 ounces or something. This is, of course, it's probably more in the airweight class. I don't think it actually says that because it was a Performance Center enhanced one. But that's essentially what it is. And then, of course, this guy's is the one it's a Cattleman II, so it's got the upgraded spring-loaded firing pin and stuff that I had some issues with. I did the video on what the fix was and all that. But it's just nice antique finish and stuff. Very heavy, nice gun. I just really enjoy shooting these guns. And sometimes you got to go and, you have to figure out what works best for you. Now, this would normally say, well, this should be your winter carry gun. Well, I'm going to see if I can carry it in the summer. Of course, right now I am carrying this one. Of course, you always want to check with all your local, state, and federal firearms laws and so forth about that. The ammo I was using for my shooting was 130 grain, 38 special at the 25 yards distance, and I also used some Fiocchi. It's like this, and it's odd because this. You'll see in the video, which I'll make, I think, a part 2 to this. So I don't know. I might make it all one video. Makes it so long, but anyway. So even though it's called full metal jacket, both of them, the Federals are definitely rounded. The Fiocchis are a little bit flattened, and I just wonder if that affects the ballistics, because it did not shoot as well as the American Eagle did in either of these guns. And I don't know what the situation is there. Maybe at shorter ranges it really doesn't matter. But 38 Specialist, in case you're wondering, this is how the FMJ for the American Eagle looks. You can see the one for the Fiocchi's got a little bit of a flat point to it. Probably work better on my lever action guns. So just some thoughts, and I'll put some of the range footage together, and you'll see these firing, and you can kind of draw some of your own conclusions. But sometimes you got to go back, and I went back the next day because I just needed to sometimes reinforce that the accuracy and the way you're shooting is okay. Sometimes if you're using a gun, 25 yards is not really the design distance for one of these. You can shoot these at 25 yards if you're really good. You got the right ammo. But we had about, I'd say, an 8 to 12 mile an hour crosswind, some things like that. Maybe not ideal, but it should have still been okay. But for some reason, I just wasn't getting the accuracy I would expect. But when I went back to, get back to 10 yards in that neighborhood or less, maybe a little bit more, maybe 12, it's fine, because this is what such a self-defense gun like this is generally designed for. This one, with the 4-inch barrel and adjustable sights, what they call, I think, the Partridge sight. This is probably Model 15, as near as I can tell. But, the Model 14s were a target one, and they were Of course, they were usually 6-inch, and they got had a little different hammer and trigger. Although this one does have the serrated trigger and a nice textured hammer there. So it makes for a very accurate gun. And you may say, well, why would you want to use a 38, and a gun like that? Well, if it's accurate, if I'm comfortable shooting it, and I feel like it can do the job, then we all have to, look for what works best for us. Do I still have semi-autos? Of course I do. But, sometimes you just have to kind of look around, and sometimes they're not always bigger, better, faster, lighter, more compensators, more red dots and all that isn't the best thing for you. So you got to make your own decisions on that. So I'm just talking about what works for me. So yes, I love my Sig Sauer P938. It's a great small semi-auto. My P365 380. My Smith and Wesson Shield Plus. Yes, with night sights. And I still love my Beretta Langdon Tactical and my Sig Sauer P226 Mark 25 and my SP 2022. So, I love semi-autos too, but I just revolvers are something I enjoy more. So you probably see a little more of that with me. That are my lever actions. So anyway, Free Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And this video seems to be going kind of long, so I'll probably put the range footage in a separate video. Bye now. Be safe out there, whatever you're doing. Bye now. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Now it's with the Smith and Wesson 637 snub nose. Okay, this is with American Eagle 130 grain FMJ, the Smith and Wesson Model 15, 25 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like maybe I had one miss. Oh, this one might have been 3, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we either had one miss or we Got all 12 of them on the target at 25 yards with the 4-inch barrel. And that's a gun that's an older gun. Okay. Okay. It's a bit of a disappointment. It looks like over here, standing, I hit 3 down there, right? Somehow. And, but it's shooting low. And then when I did it from the bench, I completely didn't even hit the target. I think it was shooting low. And over here, I shot the 3, once again, I believe standing as kind of the double tap with only 5 rounds. In other words, 2 in 1 and then 1 in 1. You can see 3 went down low down here and 2 over here. And this one from the bench, it's like I completely missed the target. So I've got to figure out what's going on there. I wasn't going to shoot another one, but I'm going to shoot this silhouette one more time just to see what's causing it, if I shoot higher, if I get better shots.